Imperial Hotel for the World 8-Ball Pool Championships as the planet's best players gather in search of one of the coveted world titles. Coming up on the show, it's the clash of the Titans in the World Team Championship. England have reached the final for an amazing 11th consecutive year, and they'll face the defending champions Ireland in a rerun of the 2011 title match. And World Trick Shot champion Steve Daking shows us his skills on the bass with another Daking Masterclass. The semi-finals had plenty of action and drama this year. England had to overcome Wales to reach this year's final and were given a run for their money in the early stages of the match. Eventually though, England won through, dousing the Dragons' fire to win 8 frames to 4. Ireland had to get past a tenacious Scotland team, who at one point led 3 frames to 1 before Ireland showed their class to claw back the deficit and march on to an 8 frames to 5 win. So that's how the semi-finals ended up. World number 1 Team England are back in the final, looking to regain the title from Ireland, who, if they win today, could replace England as the top team in the world. This final promises to be as exciting as it will be noisy, as the top 2 teams in World 8-Ball Pool go for broke. It's the best of 15 frames, the first to 8 frames wins, and Robert Brady knows that this is not going to be an easy ride for Team Ireland.
Everyone needs to take their chances and be positive at the table. If we are all positive and take our chances, I think we'll come out on the right side of the result. So if we were to go on, it would really bring on Irish pool leaps and bounds, I think, if we could become world number 1 and world champions this year.
England have spent the last 12 months licking their wounds after losing to the Emerald Green and are desperate to have the trophy back in their cabinet. Captain Lee Kendall is confident of his team's chances.
From 1 to 9, we're a strong team, so whoever's out there, we believe that they can go out and do the job, and we've got that experience which will count in certain matches like this. The best part about playing the team is you're playing with a lot of good friends, there's great camaraderie amongst the guys, and hopefully at the end of it you can sit down and say you've done well and you're world champions.
Captain Kendall has put out arguably England's best player for the first frame as Gareth Hibbert takes on the 2010 World Under-21 champion Carl O'Donoghue. 2 players with very good win records at the championship so far. O'Donoghue won the lag and has the break for Ireland, the defending champions looking to make the first move in this final. Your commentators are Mark Shepherd and Dave Hendon.
Thank you, Simon. A great atmosphere guaranteed for this final. Repeat, of course, of last year when Ireland beat England. So the English out for revenge, and it's Gareth Hibbert leading them off.
Gareth Hibbert, number 1 seed in the singles this year.
I'm sure a lot of nerves out there, but a lot of excitement as well. You can't beat the team event, Mark, can you, with the teams in the arena as cheering their teammates on. It's brilliant.
The atmosphere has been absolutely fantastic the whole way through this. We've seen in both of the semi-finals real team spirit, so much commitment both from the players and the crowd. Just a sensible containing shot from Gareth Hibbert. Wasn't trying to pot that ball. Knew there was no need to go for a clearance there, and if he gets that pocket covered, maintains the upper hand in the tactical exchange.
Yeah, I guess that's why Gareth Hibbert is a good choice to lead off, because he is so experienced and he's thinking clearly, not letting the excitement of the occasion get to him.
He's been around a long time, Gareth Hibbert. He's national champion, top ranked in the county in 2003 and 4. He's been part of the England setup for a long time since then.
Foul division.
Carl O'Donoghue electing to play a deliberate foul. You're allowed to play your opponent's ball. You give away a 2-shot penalty, as with every other foul, deciding to do that so he could open the pocket up again.
Well, it's quiet at the moment, isn't it? But it's not going to stay like that for long, I can assure you. These are just the opening salvos in what promises to be a very exciting match.
Absolutely, it's the calm before the storm at the moment. We've seen in the semi-finals just how loud the crowd can get. And that's a great shot from Gareth Hibbert.
Yes, and you see reactions in the team event that you don't see in the singles. I'm sure we'll see that as the match goes on. Because these guys, they're not playing for themselves now, they're playing for their countries. A lot of national pride at stake.
Good to see the emotion as well. The top players tends to be when they're in the singles, they try and keep everything in check. But when you're playing in the team event, you see a lot more of the natural emotion coming out. Still dead quiet from the crowd. The England team just want their man to get off to a good start. Once they've got the first frame on the board, they'll feel a lot more confident. It's one good positional shot required from Gareth Hibbert here. The yellow is obviously a simple enough pot, but needs to make sure he gets good position on the black. Shouts from the England team. Happy that that was as good as he could achieve from where he was. Take this up into the top right hand corner pocket.
Great start for England. That was a very cool clearance from Gareth Hibbert. A little fortunate to go on the black in the way that he did, but looking lucky about the pot.
Perfect start for Team England, and once again the ever-reliable Gareth Hibbert chalks up a win. Next up, frame 2, and England's new boy Darren Price is drawn against Ireland's Ronan Fay. It's Price's first time in a world final. Will that affect his game? England have the break. Commentary once again from Mark Shepherd and Dave Hendon.
Well, Darren Price has proved himself as a member of this England team, and they've made a good start here. Can he keep it going?
There's a lot of pressure on Darren Price in the semi-final. He only got to play one frame. Didn't he do well? Clearance from the break. A little bit of pace off that break, jumping up in the air as he played it. So that turned out well for him. No balls potted. We saw a lot of emotion from Ronan Fay earlier on in the tournament. Really committed team player.
30 seconds.
This isn't a bad opportunity. Bit of work for Ronan Fay to do. He'll be very glad to have a chance at the table. A few yellows loose around the sides. It's just the ones clustered in the middle, particularly the one near the black that he's thinking about at the moment.
Yes, giving it plenty of thought, and obviously also trying to shut out the situation he's in this world final. A lot of pressure on all these guys to deliver for their countries.
And we've seen pretty much the same from everyone. Even people that are very quick around the table normally are giving it that added bit of concentration in this team event.
This event all about momentum. It's first to 8 who wins. And if England get good lead early on, they'll be difficult to catch. Ronan Fay will be well aware of that.
And the Irish team would really like to take advantage of a good start. They beat England in the final last year, so they know they can do it.
30 seconds.
Yes, and also it's not just winning frames, it's how you win them. If he were to clear up from the Price break, that will give Ireland an early boost in this final.
Slightly lucky there, just caught the knuckle of the middle pocket. Could easily have gone wrong. exactly the kind of frame where it's important to get it right, because now he's started potting a few balls. If he were to miss, he's likely to leave Darren Price fairly easy opportunity.
Seconds.
Getting a lot of support already from his teammates for a fairly straightforward shot. I think that's just a reflection of how much they want to will him on and give him some confidence.
Well, I think they're just warming up their voices, and I'm sure we'll hear plenty of them as the match goes on from both teams. We certainly did in the semi-finals.
Yeah, the Irish team gave the Scots a real run for their money, both on and off the table.
Well, one thing he's not doing, Mark, is rushing.
30 seconds.
He's not the kind of player I think that would normally take as long as this, but he's getting to the 30-second call, getting well through his 60 seconds every time. It's a reflection of just how important he sees this. Worth taking that time though. He's played that cannon pretty well. There's still a little bit of work to do, but he's got the balls open now.
It's always a balancing act how long you take over a shot, because sometimes if you look long enough for problems you'll find them, but equally you don't want to rush into it, particularly obviously in this team tournament.
Some of the best players are the most instinctive ones that take exactly the same amount of time for every shot. It's very hard there when you know you've only got one opportunity and you know you're being filmed for television. You really, really want to get it right.
Well, he displayed not just a steady nerve there, but a steady hand as well. That was awkward cueing.
Done most of the hard work, just one more good shot required. Needs to hit this yellow fairly slowly to hold position for the black.
Just one more ball. Sounds easy when you say it like that. But this has been a terrific effort. Remember, all Darren Price has done is broken. And it's Ronan Fay who's done the rest. I'd say he's quite happy about it.
Big Ronan does the business and levels the match for Ireland, much to his team's delight. Join us after the break for more from the World 8-Ball Pool Championships right here on Sky Sports. Welcome back to Blackpool for this World 8-Ball Pool Team Championship final. Ireland took frame 3 and lead England 2-1. Up next, it's frame 4, Jack Popel against Ireland's captain, Robert Brady. England have the break, and it's time to join your commentators Mark Shepherd and Dave Hendon.
So England now trailing. Jack Popel looking to change that, get them back on level terms.
Comes into this frame in good form, Jack Popel. Already won the World Masters recently. Not in such good form with his break though. White finding the pocket. Just a single shot penalty if you go in off the break, so his opponent can put the ball anywhere he likes behind the baulk line, but doesn't have any extra visits.
Robert Brady looking to play captain's innings here. Try and get England under some early pressure in this final.
30 seconds.
Always a very assured presence in the team, Robert Brady. Inspires the confidence of his team.
Yes, I think psychologically it plays a difference if the captain can win a frame. Obviously they're the leaders of the team and are looking to lead by example.
Does add a bit of extra pressure though, doesn't it? fact that not only have you got to organise a team and motivate them, but you've still individually got to go out and play your part.
Timeout. Timeout, please.
No one could accuse Robert Brady of not having played his part so far, though. And a very steady performer through the whole championships.
Yes, and at least you can affect the score through your own performance. It's not like the Ryder Cup where you're sitting on the sideline sweating.
No, it's a different kind of pressure, this. Brady's destiny is in his own hands. I think he'll be happy enough with where he is in this frame, though. All the yellow's sitting nicely at the moment for him. A good frame to win this. Put Ireland 3-1 up. Start showing their authority early on. Bring back a few memories for England of last year. Always disappointing. You see Jack Popel there sitting in his chair. Only made one mistake. Will he get a second chance?
Yes, Rob. Great shot. Good shot. Come on, Robbie. Come on, Robert.
Just the one slight problem for Robert Brady here, just a little bit hampered. He'd ideally like to pot this one that we're looking at down the right hand side, and should be fine with it. May just be slightly put off by the fact that there's a red close to the cue ball.
Seconds.
That's a nice, confidently struck shot.
100%. Conviction.
Popular chant in the Irish team, 100%. 100% commitment and 100% concentration required at all times.
Well, it's 100% potting so far for Robert Brady.
Seconds.
Yes, Rob.
Must be feeling some nerves, but you wouldn't know it from the way he's playing. Played all of these shots in a confident and composed way.
Come on, Robert. Sure, Robert.
Even now, he's in what would appear to be a fairly straightforward position, but not rushing into anything.
Seconds.
Yes, Robert.
Well, you can hear the celebrations are already starting. Jack Popel pointing off the break.
Make sure, Robert.
And Robert Brady has stepped up here like a true captain. Ireland go further in front. Robert Brady makes it 3-1. The minute this yellow went in, they were already celebrating. He wasn't going to miss the black. Great start for the defending champions.
Ireland's captain, fantastic. Robert Brady has done the business for his team, and they now lead England by 3 frames to 1. In frame 5, England were handed a lifeline by David McQuillan, who was looking odds-on to win the frame until this happened. That allowed Lee Kendall back to the table, who after a rusty first shot managed to hold his nerve to clear up in the second time of asking. Taking England back to just 1 frame down. However, the defending champions were undeterred as Ireland's Sean Hoy won a tactical encounter with England's Carl Sutton in frame 6, restoring a 2-frame cushion. We rejoin the action in frame 7 as England's Jordan Church and Ireland's Alan McBennett step into the spotlight. It's McBennett to break. Let's get back to your commentators Mark Shepherd and Dave Hendon.
Well, England under pressure here. Ireland still holding them off by 2 frames. Can they increase it to 3?
Several of the players have struggled with their break so far in this final. Disappointed look at the table from Alan McBennett as he goes back to his chair. Didn't quite seem to get into the front of the pack there. I don't know if he was deliberately trying to play some kind of cut break, but we saw the white flying sideways across the table, suggested he hadn't hit it dead on.
Yes, Joe. Come on, Joe.
100% record in the semi-final, Jordan Church. Only played 1 frame, but won it with a clearance, again from a dry break from his opponent. Be very much hoping he can repeat that feat. Whilst we've seen a lot of the other players slow down in this team format, Jordan Church is taking these quickly so far, although as soon as I say that he seems to have found some obstacle.
Yes, Joe. Go on, Jordan.
I think he's going to have to take some kind of plant on here. Although all the balls look like they're very close to the pocket, I'm not sure this is quite as easy as it looks.
Well, you called it, Mark. Didn't quite look set. It's a little confused as to why it didn't drop.
Yeah, doesn't look happy as he goes back to his chair. You can see why. All the balls are in absolutely perfect positions. Had that one nearest the pocket dropped in, he'd have been well away. As it is, Alan McBennett's got a chance, albeit a difficult one.
30 seconds.
He's going to be pleased that he's back at the table, but this isn't really what you want your first visit in the final. A lot of work to be done with where the Reds are sitting.
Come on.
He seemed to slightly rush that one. Spent a while thinking about it, but as soon as he got down, played the shot very quickly.
Time out.
I think what he was trying to do there was to play the red off the yellow to open up the top right-hand corner pocket and also hold for the other red up on the baulk cushion. All he succeeded in doing is knocking his ball safe and giving Jordan Church the easiest possible opportunity.
Well, that attempted plant that he missed will be a distant memory if he can knock in these 3 balls now. Just stop the Irish charge. Try and silence that team.
Yeah, a huge difference between 5-2 and 4-3. Be a great frame this for England to win.
Yes, England badly needed something out of this frame. And it's Church who's answered their prayers. Ireland lead 4-3.
So Jordan Church delivers for England to put them back in touch as the teams head into the interval. So will we. Join us after the break for continued action from the World 8-Ball Pool Championships right here on Sky Sports. Welcome back to Blackpool for the World 8-Ball Pool Championships. The men's team final between England and Ireland is in full flow. But before we head back to the action, Steve Daking is going to put his own particular spin on the use of spin in another Daking Masterclass.
An important part of the game for the players out here is controlling the cue ball with spin. And in the tournament here we're using the spotty cue ball, the Pro Cut ball, so that you at home can see how the cue ball is spinning. So what is spin and what does it do? Well, you apply spin to the cue ball whenever you hit it off of centre. Now if you hit it below centre, that would be screw back. If you hit it above centre, it's top spin. It's spinning faster than it's moving across the cloth. And you can hit it left or right of the centre line and apply some side. But what does the spin actually do? Well, there's a little demonstration that I can show you. So if I apply screw back here, so I hit it below centre, then it will begin screwing back and spinning backwards as it slides along the cloth. But around about here, something strange will happen. Okay, so I hit it below centre and then it just starts to roll forward. Just there. Okay, spins backwards, then rolls forwards. So why is that important? Well, it's important because the only spin that matters, the only spin that will do something, is how the cue ball is spinning when it makes contact with the object ball. So, if I hit this ball below centre, as long as it's still spinning backwards when it hits the red, it will come backwards. So when you're looking at these dots spinning around on the cue ball, the important thing is what those dots are doing when the cue ball hits the object ball, because that's the only spin that matters, and a good player will try and control that and keep hold of it.
Thanks for that, Steve. Something to keep an eye on during this final, which we rejoin in frame 8. England have sent out Jordan Church once more, and he's up against Carl O'Donoghue. O'Donoghue lost the opening frame of this final. Church, though, is still warm from his victory in frame 7. Ireland are at the table on yellows. They have 2 shots. Let's get back to your commentators.
Well, it's in the final session of this team final that the tension is really going to rise. Pressure on all of these guys now.
Each team able to nominate a new lineup for the second session, which is why Church has ended up playing 2 frames in a row. We saw him playing his frame just before the mid-session interval, straight back out again now. Not gone too well so far in this frame for Jordan Church. Slightly careless foul gifting Carl O'Donoghue these 2 visits. This will be the kind of opportunity that Carl O'Donoghue is looking for. These balls fairly well set anyway, and with the added comfort of knowing that he can miss once.
Yes, come on, 100%, come on, 100%.
Forced to play this way round, you wouldn't very often leave a ball the length of the table up the cushion out of choice. But because he's got the 2 shots, the worst case scenario would be that he'll leave this yellow somewhere near the top right corner pocket. It's been around a couple of times now to look at those 2 balls up at the top left hand corner. Can either try and run through and land on the top one, or leave himself some kind of plant. Gone for the sensible option, just made absolutely sure of that last pot.
Of course, Carl O'Donoghue here looking to make amends himself, having lost the very first frame of this final to Gareth Hibbert.
Regarded as one of the best players in the Irish team, they very often start matches with him. Good consistent front runner.
30 seconds.
Played that in a really positive way. Been a little bit disappointed with the outcome though. Wanted the white to end up slightly further away from this yellow. I think the sensible thing to do would be to set the shot up. It's still got the 2 visits in hand, so you can use the first one to nudge the yellow nearest to the left hand corner pocket, then pot it with the next one.
Time running. Second visit.
Well, that's what he's done, but he's played that surprisingly poorly. Although this yellow is close to the pocket, it's not an easy shot. It's very, very thin from where he's left this. Maintaining some degree of composure, but must be very annoyed with himself, Carl O'Donoghue. was a simple position he was in. It's made life really hard now.
Huge shot this, in the context of this final. And he's not potted it.
It was actually a good effort from where he was to get as close as that. He did well. He'll be very happy with the outcome. Held up his hand to apologise to Jordan Church there. Been quite fortunate with where he's left the cue ball. Nothing positive that Jordan Church could do there. There was no way he could go for any kind of clearance. So trying to play a kind of containing safety. Just wants to make sure that Carl O'Donoghue can't see this yellow. Just giving it a close look though, to know whether he feels he can get between the cushion and the red ball. Jordan Church just murmuring to himself there. I think he can't believe it. He might have left any kind of gap, but it does look like Carl O'Donoghue thinks he can get through. Carl O'Donoghue holding out his hand there, not apologising, just wanted to get the cue ball to slow down a bit so he was left a shot at the black.
Unfortunately for him though, willpower doesn't control the cue ball.
To an extent, he'd have been slightly fortunate to end up perfectly on it after where Jordan Church had left him. But having potted that yellow, disappointing to have got himself into more trouble.
30 seconds.
The problem he faces is that if he doesn't pot the black, all the reds are in good places in the table. It's going to be very unlikely that he won't leave Jordan Church a shot. That's why he's gone for a slightly outlandish shot, just trying to get the black moving around the table with as much pace as possible. There was some potential to treble it there, but it was always going to be difficult. From Jordan Church. Other players might have gone for something more aggressive there, but he's played a good snooker, making absolutely sure he wrests control of this frame before he tries to clear up. And how things have turned around. A moment ago, Carl O'Donoghue was at the table with 2 visits. Didn't look like anything could stop him. Now he's in a nasty snooker.
I think that's one of the interesting things about this game. He's got 1 ball to pot, his opponent's got 5 to pot, but Church is possibly favourite here.
Yes, I think you'd have to say Jordan's a reasonably strong favourite from where he is.
Come on, Jordan.
Well, Church set the trap, he's forced the mistake, and he now reap the rewards and get his team level.
Tricky spot Carl O'Donoghue was in there. I think he would have expected to have got a bit closer to the black, but he was trying to do something fairly specific with it. It wasn't good enough really just to hit it. He really needs to nudge it towards the black. So suddenly, from being the one that was in his seat, watching his opponent clear up with 2 visits, the tables have turned and it's Jordan Church with the opportunity.
Yes, John. Second visit.
And it's looking like good captaincy from Lee Kendall to put him straight back out again, having won the previous frame.
Yeah, one of the more experienced players in the team, twice World Junior Champion. He knows what it takes to win.
I saw him there just trying to get the cue ball to slow up.
Come on, Jake. Wait away.
Yes. Well, England were 4-2 down, but Jordan Church has won 2 frames on the spin and this final is level. It's game on.
Church delivers yet again, and now England are back in the match at 4 frames all. How will Robert Brady and his team respond? Find out after the break, when we'll have more action from the World 8-Ball Pool Championships right here on Sky Sports. Welcome back to the Imperial Hotel here in Blackpool for the men's team final at the World 8-Ball Pool Championships. Up next is frame 12 as England captain Lee Kendall takes on Ireland's David McQuillan. England, having levelled the match at 4-all, have now moved a frame in front. They lead 6-5 and McQuillan is at the table on yellows in what is fast becoming a tactical battle. Let's get back to your commentators Mark Shepherd and Dave Hendon.
Well, Lee Kendall may be starting to scent victory for his England team and looking to play his own part here.
30 seconds.
I think most of the players in this kind of format would rather just get out there, take a straightforward clearance and knock some balls in. These tactical frames are all part of it as well.
Yes, and this is a very tense frame, isn't it?
They've already faced each other, of course, in this match. Lee Kendall and David McQuillan played off earlier on. Lee Kendall the victor on that occasion.
Well, to visit. Come on, Kenny.
That couldn't have gone much worse, could it, really?
Running.
Run in, Lee.
Actually looked like it might have been a foul on 2 levels, like he hit the red as well first. Something of a reprieve for the England captain.
We're at the stage of the final now where mistakes have got to be kept to an absolute minimum. England need just 2 frames to win. Kendall looking to take them to the brink.
And Lee Kendall more aware than anyone of what's required here. Being the England captain for well over a decade now. Has been part of the England team for well over 20 years. Well, he's opened that pocket up. Still not perfect though. He's got 1 red down there that he's going to have to dispose of at some stage. And that's a clever shot. It would have been a good shot to get the red anywhere near that pocket. As long as he got it out, he still had the extra visit in hand. To pot it is perfect. Absolutely incredible record England have had over the years. This is the 20th staging of this tournament, and Team England has appeared in every final of the team competition.
Yes, I'm sure it would have stung them last year to lose to Ireland. Those memories could be about to be expunged here.
Yes, they've not always had it their own way. They haven't won every year, but they've always been very strong competitors, Team England. Almost always come in as fairly overwhelming favourites. He's really focused on the job here, Lee Kendall. Very purposeful around the table. He's been striking the ball in a purposeful way as well.
Well, McQuillan, I'm sure, thinking about that foul that gave Kendall this chance.
It was a mistake that McQuillan didn't really need to make. He was in a good, secure position in the frame. Perhaps tried something just a little bit too ambitious in hindsight.
30 seconds. Shortly.
Right, Charlie. Come on, Tano.
Ordinarily an easy enough shot this, but a little bit of pressure, bridging over the yellow balls. Can't quite get his hand on the table in the way he'd like.
That is a brilliant clearance. Cool as you like. Lee Kendall, captain, fantastic.
England then are just one frame away from reclaiming the title. Lee Kendall keeping his cool to deliver for the team. The pressure is now on the defending champions Ireland, who have their backs firmly to the wall. Frame 13 next. Carl Sutton has the job of bringing the title home for England. Sean Hoy has the task of keeping Ireland in the match. Hoy has the break. Mark Shepherd and Dave Hendon with the commentary.
So it's Ireland under big pressure here, one frame away from defeat.
It was Sean Hoy that was responsible for winning the frame that put Ireland into this final. Desperately hope that he can be responsible for the frame that keeps them in the final.
Well, nothing down off the break, so Carl Sutton comes to the table for England.
And this is what it's all about. Carl Sutton's worked hard to get into this England team. This is his opportunity for glory.
Come on, Carl.
Grimace just coming from the fact that the cue ball's finished close to the cushion. Going to make the next shot a bit more difficult. Well, it's all fairly straightforward here, apart from the one in the bottom left-hand corner, which is a bit too close to a yellow for Carl's liking.
Well, you just know that the crowd are going to cheer every ball here. Carl Sutton has just got to try and shut that out, just concentrate on the job in hand.
Whole England team looking on expectantly. Manager Steve Mills, this will be his first title. And I like what he sees there. It's a brilliant shot from Carl Sutton to open up the difficult red.
Well, it couldn't have worked out any better, could it? Terrific.
Made that look really easy, but there was an awful lot that could go wrong with that shot. To have finished as well as it has is beyond his wildest dreams.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Well, are England going to win it in style here? A couple of times they've trailed by 2 frames. It was Jordan Church who brought them back from 4-2 down to 4-4. That was the start of the fight back. They've certainly been the stronger team in the second half of this final.
Come on, Carl, come on.
Very expressive body language this from Carl Sutton. Seems to be winning every ball in.
He's not the only one, is he? The England fans were a little silent earlier on, but they've certainly found their voice as the match has gone on.
Yes, mate.
They've already won the World Championships 14 times, Team England. Carl Sutton now requires these 2 balls to make it 15.
Well, they were beaten by the Irish in the final last year. This was their chance for revenge.
Come on, Carl.
And they've done it. And Carl Sutton has done it in great style. Terrific all-round team performance. England win by 8 frames to 5. Carl Sutton bringing them home. England once again the world champions.
So confirmation of the result. Disappointment for Ireland, who made the early running but couldn't hold on to that 2-frame cushion they'd established. Lee Kendall's men regaining the trophy from Robert Brady's boys, and in the process holding on to their world #1 ranking. The Imperial Hotel's Nick Tester presents the trophy to Lee Kendall as England once again reign supreme in Blackpool. Let's hear from a delighted England skipper.
Yeah, to be honest, it was a bit of a scrappy final. I mean, 2 great teams. You didn't really see the best from both teams there, but fortunately we ended up the winners. All the lads have chipped in. I think Darren's finish in the semi-final was a big one. I went heavy at the top end with the order, and fortunately it worked. So just pleased that we won. We deserve to win.
congratulations then to England on their success, confirming their status as the best in the business. The World Team title back in the trophy cabinet. Number one ranking protected, for now at least. Coming up next time, it's the first men's singles semi-final as England's John Rowe goes head-to-head with the Welsh wonder kid Tom Price. Until then, from all of us here at Blackpool, it's goodbye.